So before we get started actually showing you how to examine and look at a cladogram, um, we thought we would go back to the question we started with several lessons ago. And that is that we asked you what in the world a tree of life has to do with this idea of evolution, and why do we use that analogy a lot. This is a website that I'm going to put a link to in the lesson. It is a little bit slow to load. So if you decide to go in here and mess with it, just kind of be aware, and it tends to do that. But it's called OneZoom, and it is a Tree of Life Explorer. And I want to show you a little bit about this, and then we'll break it down and look at these cladograms. So, a tree of life, and the reason we use that analogy a lot is because it is a way to show how all life on earth is related. And when it says related, it is talking about from the standpoint of evolution. The more physical traits and DNA that organisms have in common, the more likely it is that those organisms are related in an evolutionary sense, that they evolved from a common ancestor. And we're going to look at this. Each leaf, each individual leaf represents a different species. And then the branches show how those species evolved from common ancestors over billions of years. This is an interactive tree of life. So far, they have over 2 million species on here. And I'm going to show, and if you want to mess around with it, you can click right here, is where you click. Over here, this gets me a little dizzy looking at this thing. But right here, you click and you can explore the whole tree of life. Or if it's a little overwhelming and you want to mess around with it, right down here, you can actually click, and let's say you really, I don't know, you're into owls. You can click on owls or butterflies or gray wolves, and it will take you directly to that branch on the tree of life, and you can explore. But I wanted to show you this at the beginning of this lesson today. Okay, so I want to show you, you've got this whole little tree over here, but I want to show you your leaf. So there is your leaf, okay, and we're on this branch. And you notice, I'm going to start zooming out a little bit, okay, and so right here, this says there was some common ancestor that lived 18 million years ago, okay? And that common ancestor, whatever that looked like, began to evolve over time, and some of them evolved over here. There's our orangutans. Aren't they cute? Oh, hey guys. And we notice that as the tree goes along, our branch, we have our eastern gorillas. Here's our humans. We have our little leaf right here. Our chimpanzees. I think is that a, yeah, I never know if it's pronounced bonobo or a bonobo. They're interesting little critters. There's our leaf. Okay. So this does not at all say that we evolved from a monkey. That is not what it's saying. This is saying that there was some common ancestor that lived millions and millions and millions and millions of years ago. And if we follow this, some of them, because of that force of natural selection, evolved into our orangutans. I got to go down and look at this guy. Look at that. Look at that. This is cool. If it's in red, it means it's an endangered species, by the way. Some of those continue to evolve into our little gorillas, and then we have our humans, our bonobos or our bonobos, and oh, there he goes. He's endangered too, and our chimpanzees. But what I want to do is back out, because I think this is really powerful for you to see. There you are. You are one species on this planet. See if you can keep track of your leaf. Here we are, okay? So let's start zooming back out. See if you can keep track of your leaf. That's your leaf. You notice we have some other monkeys there. We'll keep going. I'll move it over. We have some primates. Did you lose your leaf already? You still got your leaf? Here's our other, we're an animal, right? So here's rodents and bunny rabbits and over here hanging out. There's some elephants, marsupials. Yeah, we're a mammal. By the way, if you've lost your leaf, you're somewhere in there. I keep going back out. There's our turtles and our birds. We are animals, right? Got your leaf? Here, I'll move it up there. You're somewhere in there. Still got your leaf? No? You lose your leaf? Oh, yeah. You are one species on this planet of millions of species. And if we back our little tree out here, what our tree of life tells us is that there was some living organism at some point in time. And some of them evolved. Here's our eubacteria. Remember the eubacteria? That's the regular bacteria. They live in your gut, they live on your skin, they're everywhere. Some are good, some are bad, some just hang out. But you notice some of those evolved, and that's the crazy archaea here. Move on around. And you have to kind of mess around with this tree a little bit. But there's your plants down there. You'll get around to your animals. And some of them evolved into our other little species here. But I love this because I think it helps kids see that you are one tiny little leaf out of millions of leaves that are all interconnected all the way back to this common ancestor.